Hello and welcome. So we are here to talk about the zodiac sign of Aquarius. Aquarius is an air sign and it is the 11th zodiac sign. So it's the next to last zodiac sign in the zodiac belt. And just to say before we start that we all have a little bit of Aquarius in us. When we were born, arranged around us, around the planet Earth, is a segment of sky, sky, which is cut into segments, and all of those 12 segments are the zodiac signs. So they're all there when we're born, but if planets are in that segment or sector of the sky, then we get an emphasis of that zodiac sign. So if you were born when the sun was in the sector of the sky called Aquarius, then you are an Aquarian sun sign, you are an Aquarian, and you have a lot of Aquarius. But you can be born when the sun was in Pisces, and other planets can be in the sector of the sky called Aquarius, and so you will get some of the influence of Aquarius in your personality. Our personalities are made up of lots of different personality traits, not just one zodiac sign, although we call ourselves an Aquarian. Okay. So what's the zodiac sign of Aquarius all about? Well, it's about being different, being separate, and being eccentric, and being original, being inventive, and being not like everybody else. Aquarians are unusual people in that they don't like people very much. They like crowds, and they like group situations, and they like big occasions with lots of people around. So kind of football matches and clubs and groups are great for Aquarians, and they like being by themselves as individuals. They are quite good at handling their own independence, but they're not particularly a sign which is known for its coziness in a one-to-one situation. Aquarians are okay with that, but in truth what they prefer is much bigger concepts than just them and one other person. Aquarians actually are on the side of not being special, not being a single individual, not being a special ego. So they don't encourage people to think of themselves as special or the only one. And they don't encourage that to the degree that they don't focus on one special person and say, you are the only one for me, you are so special, I'm so in love with you. This isn't really the Aquarian way. The Aquarian way is, well, yeah, you're great, you're a mate, you're a buddy, but then everybody else is my mate and my buddy too, and I couldn't leave all of them out. The Aquarian notion is that no one ego is special, everybody is special, so therefore everybody must be included, not just one person. So Aquarians are very humanitarian people. They have high ideals as far as the human race is concerned. They have great vision. What Aquarians can do most of all is conceptualize. They can say, this concept, that concept, this vision, this is how it ought to be. They're very good at following the idea of schemes or systems. They're very good at science. Astrology is an Aquarian thing. They're good at maths. All these women that say, oh, I can't do maths. Actually, you know, if you've got some Aquarius in there and you put it to work and you lose your fear about maths, then you'll find actually you can follow it because it's logical. Aquarians love logical things. So things like geometry and maths and anything architecture, anything that has a scheme or follows paths or lines and constructs things, this is very Aquarian in nature. Numerology. The Aquarian nature can be quite ingenious. There is genius in this sign, and I think that's what makes them sometimes very quirky, very eccentric. And why not that? I mean, that's a brilliant thing to be. But if I think about some Aquarian stuff that, let's think about a swimming pool, right? So you go to the swimming pool and everybody is swimming up and down the lanes. The Aquarian is the one that looks at that and thinks, not for me, and gets in the pool and swims across the pool, interrupting everybody else's lanes, you know, and everybody else gets irritated. This is the Aquarian nature. I'm going to do the thing that isn't like everybody else. I'm going to do the thing that is different. They they are eccentric, and I've said that, but there is something they can do which I think is quite eccentric anyway. They can hear lots of conversations going on at different times. So an Aquarian can be on the phone and can be typing a text message at the same time and listening to what's on the television, and can listen and concentrate on all three things at once. I actually can't do this, but I find it fascinating that they can. And an Aquarian can have a conversation in one part of the room, and they can hear the conversation that's going on in the room outside. And I just find that fascinating too. But that's the eccentricness of Aquarians. So their love of groups is something that takes them into sport, football matches. You know, that's an Aquarian dream. That is a really big group, you know, and everybody kind of like being objectionable if they like, and barracking the other side. Such an Aquarian thing. Aquarians are the type of people that will have a half-hour conversation with the postman one day, fascinated about the postman talking about his strike and how, you know, how the post office is being so unjust and unfair, trying to impose new working conditions or new pension conditions on them. And the Aquarian just loves that, because that's rebellion, you know, rebellion against something, revolution, all out brothers. Aquarians love this. And then the next day, he won't even talk to the postman. And that's because for the Aquarian, it's all about, yeah, but the rebellion's interesting, having that conversation is interesting, because we're talking about something that the whole group is up in arms about, but nothing after that. Aquarians can sort of cut off in a way that you feel, hey, but you spoke to me yesterday. Why? I was your big buddy yesterday. Why is it today I'm just blanked? This is the Aquarian nature. You were interesting yesterday. Now there's somebody else that's interesting. This can be quite hurtful if you're in a relationship with, let's say, an Aquarian man, because they need these periods of cut off. They do cut off. They're interested in you one day, the next day they're not. They need to go off into their cave, or they're interested in somebody else. And this can be very, very challenging and difficult for one of the more emotional water signs to take on board. Well, how could this man be like this? How can this person be like this? It can be quite hurtful and cutting. The Aquarian nature can be quite brusque as well. If you are an Aquarian, don't be upset. Well, you probably won't be upset by that. What you need to do is ensure that you get your periods of time out, that you can go off into your cave and you can just withdraw into yourself, because Aquarians quite like their own company and it's good for them. It kind of restores something about their soul. There's a great deal of freedom and independence about this sign, and so that needs to be lived out somewhere in their lives. Aquarius in general, and Aquarians perhaps, are very good with technology. Technology fits right in to the Aquarian way of thinking, connecting up as it enables us all to do, connect worldwide very quickly, sharing information, sharing visions. This is the Aquarian thing. I mean, we are in now the age of Aquarius, and boy, can we see that all around us with all the gadgets and gizmos and technology working for us. Aquarian males can be quite frightened of their own feelings, and absolutely paranoid about anybody else's feelings. So if you know an Aquarian man, do not dump your feelings on him. That is 100% guaranteed to send him running in the opposite direction. Aquarian women, as they get older, can often get more and more wanting to be perfect. They target standards and morals, and they really go for it. They're very self-disciplined, and sometimes they can set too high a standard for themselves or others, and they can wind themselves quite tight up, trying to clean everything or perfect everything, and then they finish up on kind of Prozac or Valium or something and get a nervous tick because they get so wound up about making everything so perfect, because the Aquarian vision is about perfection. So I guess Aquarians sometimes have to say to themselves, look, it doesn't matter if the cupboard under the stairs isn't pristine, it'll be okay. Allow yourself some chaos somewhere. Anyway, so there we go. I hope that was useful. It's just a little quick synopsis of Aquarius, really. One of a whole series of little YouTube videos that I've done about the various zodiac signs. It was lovely to talk to you. Thank you for listening. My name is Alison Chester Lambert, and I hope you enjoy the others and see you again. Thank you very much. Bye.